See, well, we opened up with Neo. You want to talk about Neo?
Let's talk about Neo, man. Hardline stance, apparently.
Well, why are you a little? You're kind of like questioning it a little bit.
The only reason I'm on the fence is because he said he didn't apologize for what he said. And we're gonna play what he said in a second. You have the original clip, right, where he was talking to the woman?
I probably do somewhere, but go ahead. I'll find it.
Well, his publicist posted an apology. Now, I've never had a publicist, but as far as I know, they just can't do whatever they want. They have to run shit by you. So for him to say that he didn't know that the apology was coming, they probably was like, look, we're going to post this and we're running it by you.
Now, mind you, it could be his publicist and his record label. That could bypass him if his contract has whatever on it.
Yeah. Listen,
but his publicist works for him. That's a publicist.
But you're talking about a different time. Now we live in a time where people they take liberties and they get away with it unless people stand up and say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So then he should fire his publicist.
Yeah, he probably will. Let me tell you, I actually believe this one.
Okay,
I believe this one because to me, I'd rather more focus on. I'll play the thing, just because you requested it. But I think the more important one is him actually retracting the publicists. Yeah, where he's like, I didn't write that. This is what I actually believe. Okay, so I'll play this though.
I think it's important because this is what sparked
it. Yeah, just to give the context. So he was just interviewing. This is Vlad. Vlad's stepping his game up. He's got bad bitches interviewing now.
He was like, I can no longer be a disembodied voice. So I'm just gonna let people go out there and interview.
A disembodied voice that cuts back to interviews that he did prior to whatever interview he's doing now.
What a scumbag.
More importantly, KRS-One said when he was on the show.
Well, how do you feel? You know, I had Charlamagne on the show last week, and he said this about you. How does it make you feel? I got a clip. Let's cut to the clip.
He asked somebody how they feel about something, and then let's cut to a clip of somebody else saying it. So anyway, he's interviewing Neo, or she's interviewing Neo, and he said this.
Parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
lost control.
If your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, and you just let him rock with that,
Right.
He's 5.
Right. And where did he get that from?
If you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
But we can medicate them up.
He can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right. Oh, right.
All right. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps
why it keeps doing that, but it's fine. That was the gist of it. That was just a way.
Yeah, I mean, and he's talking in terms of transitioning children and putting them on hormone blockers and actually what they're doing is they're using the chemical castration that they use on pedophiles in other countries.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely on point with what he's saying. I mean, nowadays that's controversial to say, but I mean, for us to say that and for him to say that is important because there's not a lot of, influential voices speaking out against it.
For somebody in his position, it's quote unquote career suicide, but he's going to address that in this video too.
Yeah. Sorry about the buffering there, guys, but let's see if this
Birdman said, "Get your shit together, Playboy."
I hate admitting when Birdman's right.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question, okay? I have no beef with the LBG.
Oh no.
It's all good. They're trying to hold us back, bro.
I'm glad it stopped at the disclaimer. I'm so tired of that disclaimer.
Well,
I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just saying all of us, like, I think we've all like clearly stated that enough. I think I'm done making that disclaimer.
But that's the thing. His response is full of disclaimers. He's gonna get to another disclaimer, which is like, you know, where you know, I say it all the time. I don't really care what you do with your life. That's on you. But I only believe that if you're old enough to make that decision. If you are doing this to your child, that is child abuse. You should be arrested.
Well, I still take it a step further and just say we need to ban the whole fucking thing to get rid of it. It's a actually harmful fucking thing that we're doing
to society.
To society. I don't care if you are old enough. I don't even know what old enough means. What is old enough to cut your cock off? What is the age?
It would have to be the same age where you can do what you want.
No, because there isn't.
So technically at 18.
We can't all do what we want.
But that's what I'm saying. Technically at 18, you are now at the stage of life where you are now held accountable for your decisions. If you commit a crime when you're 16, 13, you're going to be treated as a juvenile. As if you commit a crime when you're 18, you're going to be treated as an adult.
You're missing the point, I think. Because what I'm saying is like, why is it legal for doctors to do this?
I get where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? Like that. I think that's where the problem lies is the medical community. Everything is a community now. The medical community fucking enables it.
Yes,
I think that's the sick part of it.
I think your problem is you got to trust the science, bro.
Oh,
you don't trust the science.
Trust the science?
Yeah.
Oh, like Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah, trust the
fucking flambe, that fat flamer.
Flambe.
Zestfest.
Zestfest. All right, let's see if
LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's...
And again,
I gotta refresh here.
Educate yourself on what matter. There's no education. They're trying to reverse the education. That's known. There's only 2 genders. That's the education.
I think we gotta understand this, right? We've all been there where I don't know what his what the level of his knowledge on anything is. If he's been, you know, I hate using the term red pilled, but you know what I mean, like. On the other side of the lie, let's put it that way. He's not a child of the lie anymore. We'll use Jesse Lee terms.
Child of the lie.
It doesn't just happen instantly. You know what I mean? There is a part of him that's probably still going like, well, look, I'm not fully educated, and we've all been there. Where he's like, I'm gonna still leave a little room for maybe I'm being ignorant here, but. I think he's right about like there's just no circumstance where it's okay for a kid to do it.
He's definitely right about that
point.
He's definitely right about that. Of course.
Yeah. He's just. I mean, do you stand on this like where I'm at as far as the like we should just ban it, or do you feel like it should be open? Because here's my problem. Before you answer it, is that. I think there's a lot of conservatives that are still trying to play, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but still trying to play the, hey, I'm the cool conservative. You know what I mean? Which makes you a fucking lame. I'm still gonna be a little open-minded here. that kind of thing. And I don't think you're doing that, but I'm just wondering if like where are you coming from on the adults should be able to do it if they want.
I'm probably the most closed-minded when it comes to this subject. And that's why I don't really care. Like I feel like if you're an adult and you're in the mind of you want to cut your penis off and they're gonna let you do it, nigga, have at it, bro. I get what you're saying where that's detrimental to society, but people are gonna do what they want to do anyway. Our job as people who are in logic and who think with a sound mind are to make sure the children that we bring up have a sound mind. We need to have more people with sound minds raising kids. But it's the opposite.
That's not gonna happen until we eradicate it. You know what I mean?
In terms of just getting rid of it all together.
Because it's not just I'm going to get my dick chopped off. It's an entire ideology, an entire identity that's behind it. You know what I mean? And it's the identity they're trying to push onto kids. What they're trying to do is just to get kids to do it, or get humans in general to do it earlier. That's why they're focusing on the kids.
On the kids.
They already have it. When you're of age, you can more or less do it. So what are they fighting for?
Yeah,
it's to do it earlier. That's the whole point of it.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope for me because another point I would put at least Marie made a point. We don't allow doctors to cut off arms for no reason. Why would we allow them to rule any healthy body part? When we talk about like what the government can and can't do when it comes to laws that govern people's body, the abortion is one thing. I'm on the other line of that. I think that should be eradicated for sure. But cosmetic surgery, like when people want to go get their BBLs and
not
shit,
cosmetic.
It's a sex change.
Yeah, if it
what I mean, because if you chop off your nose, you're still cutting off something. That's cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's ridiculous too. But that's more in line of what you're saying. Like it's useless. It's not really helping you in any way.
It's definitely not helping them anyway. But at what point are we gonna let? We gonna let the government just say, okay, you can't do this? Now, what they're gonna take that too far? I just feel like it's a slippery slope. I'm with you. It should be banned. Fuck it. Why not? But then what's to say that they're gonna ban the next thing and the next?
I think it's almost a cop out.
Really?
Yeah. Because this is one way I'm looking at it. I'd rather it almost go a little further that way than the way it's going now. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I think we're capable of being able to regulate specific things.
Okay.
It's again it's like I think we're capable of regulating one thing. It's just you make sure it's worded specific. You get what I'm saying? Like the law to where they can't, some lawyer can't come in and go, oh well, actually this means we can do this. This actually allows this. You get what I'm saying? So sorry, I'm not being specific. I'm just I
hear you.
But I'm just saying I think we're capable of doing it. I think we're just kind of like, again, brainwashed into thinking that, politics and legislation is that complicated. It's like, take the Constitution. It's probably one of the most simply worded pieces of legislation ever.
Straight to the point.
And it's the most durable, more or less. One of the most durable. So why does it have to be complicated for it to work?
It doesn't.
I think it's purposely complicated to make it so later they could come and debate about this and that. So I'm just saying, I think we're capable of it. I don't think it'll go back into, you can't go and get a BBL if you want. Can't go get your tits done if you want. We already had that before.
All right. Well, all I'm saying is you know the type of government we have, depending on who's in control at the time. It's just you give them too much liberties and it goes crazy.
But we're not even giving them the liberties; they're just taking them, and then we're not really. I mean, we're speaking out about it,
of course.
What else do you do? But that's why you point back at people like Neo, and you know, you might not give a fuck who he is, you might not know who he is, but he's somebody influential. If you don't know who he is, he's written probably
a lot of your favorite songs,
a lot of your favorite R&B songs.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote for Beyonce. He wrote for who else? He wrote for a lot of big names.
He
Rihanna.
wrote for a lot of big names.
I think he wrote Umbrella, right?
No.
It was The Dream.
The Dream.
The Dream.
Yeah,
Yes,
The Dream.
you're right. I get them mixed up sometimes.
But no, it's important that he is taking a stance. I don't want to take that away from him. But and Brian Bumbelow said this earlier. I just feel like he's towing the line, and maybe you're right. Maybe because he's new to this way of thinking, it comes off as him towing the line. But maybe some weeks down the line, he will step over what he is saying right now.
I think he will actually go, and because that's what they don't want him to do, is actually go and do the research.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because then if he's actually going to say, all right, well, if he's in that place where he's like, all right, maybe I'm being ignorant, let me go do the research, and then he looks and goes, the fuck are they doing to kids? This is worse than I thought.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And
Wait till he sees the pictures of like what we just saw recently that made us like all fucking revolt.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not there yet. So the thing that I like about what he's doing is his attitude, his intensity in it, where he's like, no, like don't twist my words. This is coming from the horse's mouth. Like he's very intense about it. So
I get that.
It's something he's passionate about, I think, and it's because he has kids.
He has kids. Yes.
For him to say he supports the LGBT and says whatever you do with your kids, you do with them. It's still like, no, bro.
He didn't say he supported it. He said, I don't have a problem.
If you have a problem, you should still have a problem. What they doing to them kids, bro?
That's what I'm saying. He's still in the place where there's a lot of people I know that think it's separate. Just like the BLM thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, sure, there were peaceful protesters somewhere sprinkled in there. Or they left after.
Yeah, they were there. They were there
Before,
for the news
I mean.
cameras. When the news cameras left, the peaceful protesters left.
When the politicians left, that's when the peaceful protesters left.
Yeah, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Yeah, that's when the protest was actually over, and then
Everybody left was just
the
there.
majority were just pieces of shit that wanted to start trouble.
Facts.
And it's like there's people that still believe that it was mostly peaceful. You get what I mean?
Despite billions of dollars in damage.
Yeah, yeah. It's just there's people that get to a place that I think Neo might be. I'm gonna put my chips on him. I'm gonna put my chips on him. The way he's talking, I feel it.
You feel it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look. I hope he stays the course. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I'll tell you like this: if he does an entire 360, the Illuminati is real. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going clone. I'm just calling it. He makes it 360. Well, no, it'll be 180.
A 180.
360.
Yeah.
We'll be right back to right wing.
If he does a 180, then yes, the Illuminati's real.
All right. We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.